Welcome back to the Muffin Man Marv YouTube channel, guys. Today we're going to go through the post-launch dev news updates that dropped about 21 hours ago. I'm a bit late to it, but I think I've got a couple of nice takes to this. Before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that is watching the content that I'm putting out. And we got a stretch goal to reach 200 subscribers in April. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you smash that sub button. Also, a goal for today's video, can we get to 20 likes on this video? 20 likes would be dope. It would just show the algorithm that we mean business. Let's get into it. So there was a couple of good things with this patch, and look, the general feel of the community is that they hated it, right? There was a community appreciation package that's going out, which is great. I mean, the people that were here for launch definitely got it a little bit rougher than the people that came afterwards. So all players who play between March 31st and April 11th are eligible to a legendary weapon, appropriate legendary weapon, and a level appropriate amount of titanium and an emote. Thanks, guys. The other thing they tackled in there was the inventory wipes and restoration, which is obviously a good thing, and a couple of rebalancing things which not so good, which we'll go through in a little bit more detail. There was multiplayer stability and connection, which is important because multiplayer is broken right now. I know a lot of people want to play cross-platform with their friends, and it's damn near impossible. Launch connectivity post-mortem, so they broke down what was going on. All right, what was going on, what they did, what they fixed. So when you look at the first patch notes, PC and console platforms, it's just a bunch quality of life fixes, and once all the platforms are updated, cross-platform will then supposedly work a lot better. Now that's neither here nor there. It's good that they're doing it, obviously, to have a more playable title. Look, I've been playing and enjoying this game, but yeah, there's quite obviously some issues that need to be fixed that we for the most part ignore purely because the game is so addictive. But it's a good thing that they're fixing that for sure. So what they ended up, look, the brief summary of what they did in this patch. They nerfed the only useful abilities most classes have, which also sort of directly has nerfed underperformers, right? They made expedition times more stressful. They're already super stressful, guys. I personally, as a solo player, I'm still getting my ass clapped in this game. Made the campaign world completely obsolete by removing the replayability of the missions. There was a couple of exploits that people were doing that they nerfed, and they left the AI and group scaling untouched. You know, like they really needed to dig down into that AI, because there's some AI that is basically aimbot with a sniper from across the map with zero drop-off. That's my biggest gripe. I wish they addressed that, because that's ridiculous. Okay, what they should have done versus what they did was a way to find a way to fix exploits that were associated with the bounties, the hunters, and the historian quests, and made it a little bit, obviously drop legendaries, because there are tasks in the game. Maybe decrease the rate that they were dropping, or just get rid of the exploits. You know, you don't have to completely destroy why people were doing it. Like, it makes it obsolete. Why would people go back and do bounties, hunters, and quests now that they've nerfed them to the point where they're not going to drop legendaries? That being said, I did see a Twitter post of someone saying that once you did complete all 10 and turn them all in, you still got a legendary. So hopefully I'm gonna try it out tonight and see how we go. They should have buffed the AP bulls and made other skills more viable by bringing them up to the level of the bullet bulls. What I mean by that is that the bullet builds that we were using, like the anomaly rounds for the trickster class that I use, and the perpetuum rounds, the mod, makes you able to essentially use those bullet skills for as long as you wanted without ever reloading your gun. Now, I don't know if it's obviously not working as they intended, but it's in the game. Like, you put that in there, okay? If nobody, in all of your hours of testing, if nobody found that, like, that was quite, before I even saw a video, that was quite obvious to me of what I should do, you know? Maybe make the other skills a little bit of higher level. Now, we don't need to go through and buff everything the first patch, but make other skills a little bit more viable, you know? Like, for example, that the time bubble skill. Make it so that it lasts a little bit longer. There you go. Or that any damage you take in there is reduced. There you go. Just a couple of thoughts. Or that the skill where you can travel back in time, right? Make it so that when you die, you travel back in time. You don't just die. Okay, that would make, I would focus on that a little bit more, you know? They needed to have nerfed the AI's ridiculous accuracy. They've got aimbot, right? If that was a competition situation and people were shooting like that, they'd be like, that guy's fucking cheating, okay? Do not touch the expedition times. They're already quite challenging as it is, especially for low levels, which they have. And make the use of drop pod currency once you're mostly geared, right? Like, give us something else. Use that drop pod currency, because ultimately that's the only reason people are doing expeditions, is to essentially buy a better gear or upgrade your gear. Once you've got fully upgraded gear, what do you use it for? I'm nowhere near that, but I've seen that brought up. Now, I mean, those are my main points, you know? I am a solo player. This is a PvE game. You don't need to be nerfing anything. Make other classes a little bit better, maybe. A little bit less obsolete. Like, I've mainly seen Trickster, Pyro, and Techno builds. I know one person that got a crack Dev build, but that is pretty much, nobody's really using Devastator. Maybe figure that out. Figure out why and work with that. You know, it seems like People Can Fly this time around have missed the mark. They've been pretty good the entire time, but they've missed the mark on this one. It looks like they're sort of taking the opinion of streamers and people that create content for a living. Not me, I'm too small for them to care, but people that do this stuff for a living and play games for a living, they're using them as the sample size, where that's not the gist, the general feel of the community. I'd say a good 80% of people that play this game haven't finished the campaign yet, and there's 1% that have gone all the way to the end of the expeditions. And if you are catering your game towards that 1%, you're going to piss off 99% of people. Okay, they've been pretty good all the way through. They have listened to the community. But I think this one, they missed the mark, guys. This one, they absolutely missed the mark. And I don't like to be negative, because I enjoy this game and I just want to see it thrive. And I'm sure all you guys want to see it thrive too. But there's things they could have done. Like, for example, expeditions. Maybe make it an objective based and not time attack based. Or have them simultaneously. Like, you can choose. Do you want to do a speed objective for expeditions, or do you want to do other, like a time sort of objective based expedition? You know, these are just ideas. Just think, you know, scrolling through Reddit. Even have a mode where you say, for example, in the expeditions, it's how long you can last. Okay, like a zombies type of deal. That would be sick. Do that. But no. Okay, we got what we got. But that's it. You know, let's see if they listen to the community on this, because they have up until now, and make a few changes. If they don't, I think the player base will take a hit. I'll still play this game because I find it really addictive, and even after the buffs, I've heard people that have played the game and it doesn't feel too much different. Hopefully they fix the DirectX 12 issue that I'm having, but that's me. Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. I think that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. It's a little bit of a rant. The devs did mess up a little bit here. Look, I'm all but willing to give them second, third, fourth chances to fix what they've done. I'm sure they're just going to roll out the patch anyway and then deal with the aftermath. Hopefully the following patches sort of either dial back a few things or put more of the community into the game. That's what this game is about. Alright, we're done. See ya! What do you guys think the devs got right and wrong in this update? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.